Y'all keep on talking she the great white hype, Ocho. They keep talking about she the great. Ain't no hype. Y'all said the same thing about Larry Bird. I seen her against the Aces, and I saw the All-Star game. She is elite. She is the pinnacle at passing the basketball, Ocho. Take off.
This ain't no white hype. Shannon Sharpe's words are reverberating throughout the basketball world. But why is he so fired up about Caitlin Clark? It's time to confront some uncomfortable truths about race in basketball. Are you ready to look at the game from a whole new perspective? You might be thinking, what's the big deal? It's just a push on the court. But here's where it gets interesting.
See Skylar Diggins speed up to make contact with her. Stop this. Y'all mad because that corn-fed Iowa girl busting y'all ass. Y'all said she too weak. She can't do this. She lead the WNBA in assists.
This isn't just about a shove. It's about something much deeper. We're talking about racial bias in basketball and how we treat players who are reshaping the game. Now, you might be asking, why is Shannon Sharpe so heated? What does this say about women's basketball today? And why should you care? Buckle up, because we're about to dive into a situation that's got everyone talking. From courtside drama to locker room tension, we're unpacking a story that's shaking up the WNBA.
This record in a win over the Storm. She already held the record for the most assists in a single game, which is 19, which she set the final game before the All-Star. And now she's in the record book once again with her third assist today. She set a new single mark set by a rookie. Clark passed Tisha Pinachero, who had 225 with the Sacramento Monarchs in 1998. Before y'all say the WNBA season was shorter, Pinachero set the record in 30 games. Clark broke the record in 28 games.
Are you ready to see what's really going on behind the scenes? She's rewriting the playbook. Did you catch her recent games? Against the Phoenix Mercury, she dropped 29 points, dished out 10 assists, and grabbed 5 rebounds. Then, just to prove it wasn't a fluke, she followed it up with 23 points, 5 rebounds, and 9 assists against the Chicago Sky. This isn't just great basketball, it's next-level domination. But here's the twist. You'd think everyone would be cheering for this rookie star, right? Wrong. Instead, we've got WNBA veterans like Skylar Diggins shoving Clark around on the court.
Most assists in a season by a rookie. Here's Clark speeding all the way in to the cup.
What's going on there? Is it just tough basketball, or is there something more happening? Now, you might say, okay, but plenty of players have solid games. True, but Clark isn't just having good games, she's breaking records. Get this. She set the WNBA rookie assist record in just 28 games. The previous record holder, Tisha Pinachero, needed 30 games.
Hey, she like a double-edged sword, Ocho. She cutting ass left and right. Both sides, cutting ass. Wah, 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 wah.
Clark isn't just breaking records, she's obliterating them. Think about it.
It's been a good thing for the WNBA. We have more eyes watching, more viewership. The revenue is going to start to change. The pendulum for the WNBA players is going to be lopsided in favor of them. I really think they shouldn't have any hatred towards young ladies that are doing well.
Clark enters the league, and suddenly, all eyes are on her. She's shattering records, dominating games, and getting all the attention. For players who've been grinding in the league for years, that has to sting a little. But does that justify pushing her around on the court? You decide. But here's what's truly impressive about Clark.
Make contact with her. Stop this. Y'all mad because that corn-fed Iowa girl busting y'all ass. Y'all said she too weak. She can't do this. She lead the WNBA in assists. She cooking. Let her cook. Let her cook.
She's not a one-dimensional player. Her game is evolving faster than anyone imagined. Remember how rookies usually struggle with turnovers? Not Clark. She's tightened up her ball handling, making smarter passes, and playing with the confidence of a seasoned pro. Her impact on the court is undeniable, and it's forcing everyone to take notice. You know what's crazy? Some are trying to brush off Clark's success as white hype, but let's be real. When you're breaking records and dominating games the way she is,
I really think they shouldn't have any hatred towards young ladies that are doing well. I know they might be ruffling a few feathers because of the attention that they're getting. It's a good thing, Unc. Everybody going.
It is.
Everybody going.
That's not hype. That's pure, undeniable talent. And it's changing the face of women's basketball. So why should you care? Because what's happening with Caitlin Clark isn't just about one player or one season. It's about the future of the WNBA. Clark is bringing in new fans, elevating the game, and challenging everyone to raise their level. Love her or hate her, you can't ignore the impact she's making. But here's the million-dollar question. Can Clark keep this up? Or is this just a rookie hot streak that'll eventually cool off?
But Ocho, let me ask you this. When I just saw Asia go off, ain't nobody walking into bumping into her.
Ain't nobody finna bump into Asia. Asia don't play that. Come on now, you know.
Some skeptics are waiting for her to slip, but so far, Clark's only response has been to play even better. She's not just living up to the hype, she's surpassing it. And let's not forget, this is just the beginning for Clark. She's a rookie, remember? If she's already breaking records and ruffling feathers, imagine what she'll be doing in a few years. We could be witnessing the rise of a basketball legend right before our eyes. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Why did Skylar Diggins shove Caitlin Clark? And why don't we see this happening to other star players like AJ, Wilson? It's time to confront some uncomfortable truths about the WNBA and how certain players are treated. You might think, it's just basketball. People get physical all the time. But here's the thing. This shove wasn't just about the game. It was a statement. And that statement? You don't belong here. Now, why would anyone think Caitlin Clark doesn't belong in the WNBA? She's breaking records left and right, putting up numbers that make seasoned pros look like rookies. But for some reason, there's this rumor going around. People are calling it white hype. Can you believe it? We've got a player revolutionizing the game, and instead of celebrating her, some are trying to tear her down. It's like they can't accept that talent comes in all colors.
She's great. She's elite at passing the basketball. Now, is she going to average 30 and 10? Probably not. But you see her scoring is starting to increase. She'll get better.
This isn't just about Caitlin Clark. It's about the future of women's basketball. How can we expect the sport to grow if we're pushing away our brightest stars? Shannon Sharpe nailed it when he compared Clark to Larry Bird and Luka Doncic. These are players who changed the game, who brought new fans to basketball. And guess what? They face the same kind of skepticism. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Sharpe, a black man, is standing up for Clark, a white woman. He's not letting race dictate who he supports. He's judging talent, plain and simple. You know what Sharpe said that really got people talking? Y'all can't make me choose one just because I'm black. Boom, there it is. The truth we all needed to hear. Talent doesn't have a color. Skill doesn't care about your background. It's about what you bring to the court. Now, let's consider what this means for Caitlin Clark's career. She's facing resistance not just on the court, but off it as well. Every move she makes is under a microscope. Every success is questioned. How long before that starts to wear on a player? But here's the kicker. Clark isn't backing down. If anything, she's playing even harder.
This team is box office because they want to see her. Oh, her teammate, Kelsey Mitchell.
Yes, sir.
Man, hey, she let that thing go.
Yeah.
She can let it go.
She's letting her game speak for itself. And man, is it speaking volumes. This isn't just about Clark, though. It's about every player who's ever been told they don't belong. It's about breaking barriers and changing perceptions. It's about making the WNBA a place where talent is celebrated, no matter how it's packaged. Imagine if we treated every player like Clark. What if we questioned every star's legitimacy? The league would fall apart. We need to recognize greatness when we see it, regardless of race, background, or anything else. Shannon Sharpe gets it. He's not letting old biases cloud his judgment. He's looking at the game with fresh eyes and seeing the impact Clark is having,
So, Ocho, when did it become a thing not to give people credit when it's due? Has that always been a thing?
And he's calling out anyone who can't do the same. This is bigger than basketball. It's about progress. It's about moving forward as a sport and a society. When we start judging players solely on their skills and not preconceived notions, that's when we'll see real growth in the WNBA. So, what's next for Caitlin Clark? Will she let this criticism affect her game, or will she use it as fuel to push even harder? One thing's for sure, all eyes are on her, and that's exactly where they should be. Let's talk about how Caitlin Clark is shaking up the entire WNBA. You know how sometimes a player comes along and suddenly everyone's watching? That's Clark right now. She's not just playing great basketball. She's drawing new fans in droves. The WNBA is seeing a surge in attention, and it's all thanks to this rookie sensation. But here's where it gets tricky.
Holly's fighting through it today. Here's Clark bodying in and banking it home.
While Clark's bringing in the crowds, not everyone in the league is happy about it. You've got veterans who've been putting in the work for years, and suddenly this newcomer is stealing all the spotlight. It's like showing up to your own party and realizing someone else is the guest of honor. Now, you might think, isn't competition good for the sport? And you're right, but there's a fine line between healthy competition and jealousy. Some players might be feeling threatened by Clark's success. It's not just about the points she's scoring. It's about the attention she's getting off the court, too. Think about it. Every headline is about Clark. Every highlight reel features her plays. For players who've been working hard to build the league, it might feel like their contributions are being overlooked. Is that fair?
Clark lobbing it in. Boston draws two in the corner. Oh, you bet!
Maybe not, but it's human nature to feel a little jealous when someone new comes in and starts breaking all the records. But here's a question for you. Should we celebrate personal milestones even in blowout games? Some say it's unsportsmanlike to keep pushing when you're way ahead. Others argue every player should give their all, no matter the score. What do you think? Is there a point where you should ease up, or should you play hard until the final buzzer? And what about those unwritten rules of sportsmanship? The ones that say you shouldn't celebrate too much or show up your opponents. Do they still apply in today's game? Or are we entering a new era where every achievement is worth celebrating? These are the questions the WNBA is dealing with right now. It's not just about Clark. It's about how the league handles rising stars and balances tradition with the changing game. Now, let's talk about what Shannon Sharpe had to say about all this. He's not just impressed by Clark. He's predicting big things for her future in the WNBA. Sharpe thinks Clark could become the all-time leader in assists. Can you imagine? A rookie coming in and not just breaking records, but setting new standards for the entire league? But here's the thing. Predictions like that put even more pressure on Clark. Every game, every play, she's not just competing against another team. She's competing against these massive expectations. How does a player handle that kind of pressure? Does it motivate them to play even harder, or does it become a weight they can't bear? And what about the other players in the league? How do they respond when everyone's talking about this rookie becoming the greatest of all time? Do they step up their game to prove themselves, or do they try to knock Clark down a peg? This is bigger than just one player or one season. It's about the future of women's basketball. Clark's success could inspire a new generation of players, but it could also change how the game is played and how we view star power in the WNBA. So here's the real question. Is Caitlin Clark changing the WNBA, or is she revealing issues that have always been there? Is the pushback against her just part of the normal growing pains of a league, or is it a sign that women's basketball needs to evolve? These are the questions we need to ask. Because how the WNBA handles this situation could shape its future. Will it embrace new talent and the attention it brings, or will it hold on to old ways of doing things? Let's be honest. Caitlin Clark isn't just good, she's changing the game. And you know what? That's something we should all be celebrating. But instead, we've got people trying to tear her down. Why is that? Here's the truth. Clark's success isn't just about her. It's a win for the entire WNBA. More eyes on the league, more fans in the seats. Isn't that what everyone wanted? So here's a challenge for you. Next time you watch a game, forget everything you think you know about a player. Just focus on their skills, their moves, their impact on the court. Can you do that? Because here's the real score. The hype around Clark isn't about race, it's about talent. Pure, game-changing talent. And that's what's pushing women's basketball to new heights. Isn't it time we all got on board with that?